What's up, everybody? It's your friend Greg J, Hannibal the Radio. Regarding Sean Bell, the other day turned on the news to breaking news and learned that the detectives back in New York City were acquitted of all charges. I think they were up for manslaughter charges for shooting and killing Sean Bell, a young man who I guess was coming presumably out of his bachelor party. Whatever the case was, he was on his way to getting married in a few hours, and he was shot more than 50 times by New York City detectives, killed on the scene right before his wedding. Officers say that they thought he was armed, and they later found out that he was unarmed. His homies, his friends that were there with him, they were injured in the accident, and they too were unarmed. When I first heard this story, when it happened back in 2006, all I could say was, oh boy, here we go again. And now that I hear the acquittal, something that I've been saying for some time, a conclusion that I have come to personally, is that whenever the officers, police, are shooting, no matter the outcome, the side of justice is always going to come out in their favor just because they are part of the system. The blue line. They take care of one another. And so they can think whatever they want to. They can file charges to try to placate the community. They're always going to come out on top. Now, I guess there's a lot of issues surrounding this story. The judge says that he did not believe the witnesses that took the stand because of their demeanor. Part of me can believe that. You know how our young people are. But a big part of me goes, so what? These men 50 times? Come on, man. How you gonna blow, clips at that? Isn't he down? I don't know. I'm not a police officer. I'm not an expert in these things, but I'm thinking after 5 or 6 times, and that's a lot, the suspect is down. Why are you continuing to fire? Actually, there's 2 marked observations that I would like to make. When I watched the report, breaking news, the newscasters described the demeanor of the 3 detectives as they were in the courtroom. 2 of the detectives were African American and 1 was white. They said that the African Americans were very stoic, serious, while the white guy was kind of casual and, just kind of not jovial, but just very, very casual and more animated during the proceedings. Like, no big deal. The second observation I would like to make is, as the breaking news was happening, CNN was reporting, and then they cut to a phoner from, I think the lady's name was Sarah Holbrook, I believe. She's a producer on CNN, and she was there on the scene, obviously white. But I think that her reporting kind of tried to turn the table. She was very fearful of her life. She said something to the effect of, if the police weren't here, we would probably be not able to talk to you, because she feared for her life. And the community is reacting to this already in a peaceful manner. Yes, they're angry. Yes, we're angry across the country. But I think that we have learned our lesson after Rodney King, after the riots of the 60s, that burning down our own community does not really work. And, I think that people have calmer heads, even though we are angry and hurt, even though, as my mom used to say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I think we're intelligent enough as a community to not resort to violence as a knee-jerk reaction to this injustice. So I think it was highly unfair, highly irresponsible, however highly illustrative of what white America perceives. I wish I had a way to play some of that report for you, because I was quite frankly deeply offended listening to her report from the front line. Granted, the girl was fearful, okay, but come on, it was just some of the remarks that she was making. Really, it wasn't even like that. You know, there's a lot of people there. There were a highly anticipated verdict. And once, I can remember when the Rodney King verdict came down, I was in a meeting. And when the verdict came on, we stopped the meeting and we turned the television up and we listened to the verdict. And when those verdicts of not guilty came, we were stunned. We were hurt. We saw what we saw. When the Devin Jackson verdicts, remember the young man that was slammed on the hood of the police car by the officers in Inglewood, California? When that came down, we were stunned. We were hurt. Amadou Diallo, we were stunned. We were hurt. The list goes on, and now the latest victim, Sean Bell, stunned, hurt, an innocent life wasted in a hail of police bullets. And yet the producer of CNN is basically scared for her life. That's ridiculous. Well, one thing is true. In America, if you're black in America, black male in America in particular, when you are interacting with the police, that could be a deadly proposition. I'm not saying the police are bad. I'm not saying all police are bad, but history does show that we have to be careful when we're dealing with the police. It's just a fact. I don't have the answer here. I don't think Al Sharpton has the answer, Jesse Jackson, or anybody else has the answer. History speaks for itself. I hope that somehow the fiance of Sean Bell finds justice. I pray for her healing, her children's healing, her family's healing. You know, but it just goes to show you, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I pray for our healing, America. God bless you.